energetic.
And then I'm going to do this countdown now. Hello. My daughter's laughing at me because she's like, B, oh my gosh, you're so like excited. But I am. And so welcome to Destination Paintball, the podcast show brought to you by Destiny Paintball. My name is B Paxson. And this is BB Paxson. And I'm elated because tonight is the very first night that we're launching this very special show where it's just basically a paintball show hosted by us. Every Wednesday night, we're going to be airing this at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Eastern Standard Time. I want to say a quick thank you to Eugene Lazos and also to Sean Barlow for helping us create some of the imagery. So we used a couple of logos, and you probably have already seen that. But we want this to be a fun hour, just brought to you by Destiny to talk about all the things that Destiny does, all the different players that represent every single different regional team that we have. We have over 23 now. We also have a pro women's team, which is so exciting. And so we want this to be good conversation with great information, important announcements about upcoming events. And most importantly, we just want to share inspirational stories with you guys. We also want to welcome other guests onto the show that might be thinking a little bit differently, especially about the topic about us being segregated as a women's professional division. And so that'll be a show that we might have in the near future. We also have some other controversial topics that we want to also talk about just to enlighten, to educate, to help each other do better and to be better. So with that said, I am so honored that I get to have somebody very special that has so much history in the sport. And he also is connected with some amazing people that even though we're not probably always in the same circle, but at the end of the day, it ends up being in the same circle. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring to you Mr. Fred Schultz.
Oh, I want to thank you so much. That's terrific. You're knocking it out of the park, young lady.
Intro, total improv.
Oh my God. I got to tell you, I sat and listened to you and I felt inferior. I think you did an absolutely excellent job.
Thank you, Fred.
I'm very proud of you.
I'm so proud of this happening, and I'm grateful to God first and foremost. Thank you, Jesus.
Right on. Yep.
But also just thankful to you, Fred, for everything that you've done to help launch so many of us and inspired us to basically see paintball the way it is today. So with that said, I'm going to ask your favorite question for all those new kids on the block. Fred, when did you start playing paintball?
Well, that's a good one, too. And thank God I still got a partial memory. I started in actually 1984. I had a construction company and I had a partner named Rick Williams. And his birthday was coming up, and he just had everything. We couldn't think of what should we get this guy. We had like 45 guys working for us. So my brother Mike, he goes, he says, I was down at Honest John's gun shop and they had a paintball gun. I go, what? He goes, a paintball. He says, it's plastic, but it was really cool. He shot paintballs. And I go, hey, get it for him. Let's give it to him. So anyhow, we gave him the paintball marker. And he shot it. And it was, I got to tell you, I was hooked from the minute I shot my first paintball out of that thing. So anyhow, so I shoot it and he shoots it. And then pretty soon he shoots me in the leg, right? We were shooting at Kansas to start with, and he shoots me in the leg. And I go, Ricky. I said, I got to have one of these. So I go down and I buy one, right? And I bought a case of paint. Now, back in the day, a case of paint consisted of 12 10-round tubes. They were $3 a tube. So with tax, it was about $40 for those 12 things, So anyhow, so we're out there and we're shooting away. And then some of our guys go, oh, my God, that is so cool. We got to have those. So his wife, we were playing on his piece of property down there, and his wife finally came out and she put the kibosh to that because he shot the window, not me. He shot her window. He blamed it on me. So anyhow, so we went and we found a lot. So we go up there and we were playing on the lot. We would go to work, and we were getting to the point where we were getting the guys working, and him and I were going to the lot and shooting at each other. I mean, I was just hooked. Well, next thing I know, some of the guys, they kept buying, hey, can we come and play? We go, yeah. So they go get their Splatmaster and their paint. And then one Sunday we ended up out there on the lot. And we had about 40 guys, my partner and I look at each other and I go, this is not going to work anymore. The neighbors are going to have us committed here pretty quick if we keep doing this. So anyhow, so then that's where we went and started. Battle Action Games was one of the first field around here. So yeah, it was pretty cool. But that's how I got started. And things just kind of snowballed for me after that.
But you did a lot of television though, didn't you? Like I think I remember seeing you also at the International Amateur Open, and you did a lot of the emceeing for that, but you were also obviously a professional paintball player too. And that was literally in probably 2001. When did you, like, 1984?
It was way before that. It was I did the Amateur Open. Oh gosh. I mean, Deborah had me come out there. I think it was right after it started that I did it. And then she came up to me one time and asked me, she goes, we would like to do a Miss Paintball contest. And I go, I said, yeah, I think that'd be terrific. And then she asked me, she goes, would you be the MC for that? And I said, yeah, I said, I'd be more than happy to. And I did that for about 4 years. But I just love going out because, I would go out there and Tom K would go out there and Bud would go out there, Bud Orr and Dan Colby. And, we were all friends. So, we kind of hung out together and we just loved being with the kids that were coming up in paintball. I just thought it was just absolutely terrific to hang out with these kids. And, I'll tell you something that's funny, now I'm, probably about 5 years from becoming oil. I'm so old, but I am still
You're only as old as you feel.
I am still extremely happy every time I get to meet a new person. It's just something in me that just absolutely loves people. And, that to me too is that's the whole way. If you ever want to be popular out there, everybody, the whole ticket is be nice to everybody, and it'll come back for you.
I wanted to ask you, what advice do you have for the new D6 teenagers, said Lake Norman.
How you doing, Lake? So cool that you checked in, buddy. The whole thing is dedication. When I played tournament paintball, it's kind of a different animal. I played a lot of tournament paintball and they used to fly me everywhere. Terrence, I would absolutely love to meet you one day too, my friend. Like I say, I love meeting new people. And anyhow, I used to fly around and I do a lot of big games. And to me, back in the day, tournament was a business. Okay. You always had, you had sponsors because I was the most sponsored person back in the day. So you had your sponsors you were responsible for, the people watching you, your team, just everything about it was, it became a business. Going to do the big games was an absolute riot. Nothing on the line. And I met so many great people at these big games, Bia. I can't even begin to tell you. It was tremendous.
I can totally relate to that because when I was introduced with Femme Fatales, Tammy and Todd Adamson were the reasons why I got started. And I remember just strictly being thrown out there, like getting pushed into the pool and not knowing how to swim. And I can remember it like yesterday, and it was like a business. It's so interesting how the tournament scene kind of instills that in you, which is a good thing, right? Because we're still around because of that introduction. Yeah. But when I started playing big games, and this was when big games to the tournament scene wasn't cool. Like you didn't see a lot of tournament teams also having divisions of teams to go and, play big games. Mm-hmm. So I agree with you 100%. Like tournaments sometimes can be like a business, whereas with big games and things of that nature, it's less. Be careful of the screen, Diane. There's literally a white screen behind me, and I don't want you guys to see my messy house. So, and I can hear it about to fall.
Hi, sweetie. How are you?
But big games to me is where I met a lot more people, and it was much more laid back. But both again have its benefits and some disadvantages too.
It
Um,
does.
so
Because I'm part of the WCPL now, and we stress having a good time. We stress having some fun. And I haven't been to one of the tournaments yet that we haven't had a riot, and I am extremely fortunate to be the captain of the team we put together called a band. Got Bud Orr, Tim Schloss, and it's got Tom Kay, it's got Gino from Velk, it's got everybody in it, everybody that I grew up with in the sport and have supported me all these years. I have put on the band. Bill Bailey, and it's just absolutely terrific. I love it. And yes, Bond Chick. Now, real quick, can I put a plug for my show just real quick? I hate to do it.
always, yes, I will plug it with you.
I had Bond Chick on last night. I have waited 2 years to have this lady. I just wanted to meet her so much. And last night we had her on and she had technical trouble, up, down, and sideways. So anyhow, I'm going to have her on again this coming next Tuesday, along with you, Bia. I'm going to put on what I consider influential ladies in paintball. And I honestly think she is. And I definitely know you are, B.
Well, you mentioned the band, and she says, hi, Dee. Do you see that? But you mentioned the band, and I think I was talking to Bonchik about this, and she's like, wouldn't it be cool if they had a band but full of women athletes? And I was
Don't you know that?
yeah,
Don't you know that?
yeah,
Don't you know that's happening?
that's what I heard.
Band girls. It's called Band Girls.
The Band Girls.
And what we're going to do is support each other. The band girls, when we go to these tournaments, we support the ladies, they support the guys. We all hang together, and we put fun back into paintball. That's to me.
That's exactly what it should be.
Yeah, and
yes.
that's exactly what we're going to do.
Awesome.
So,
Fred, thank you so much. Please stay with me because I would love for you to co-host this first show with us. Do you mind staying on? Do you have some more time to do so?
Anything for you. You know better than that. Piece of cake. My pleasure.
So much. This is incredible, you guys. So part of what we want to do is now we want to start bringing in some other people from Destiny. And so right now I'm going to see if Nana, are you ready to join us? And so Nana has been with Destiny. I'm going to add her now. Hey, Nana. Her full name is Andreina Blanco. Did I say that right? I try to say it with my best accent.
Yes, that was good. Nailed it.
I nailed it. And so this girl, she came to be a part of us right around the end of 2018. Mm-hmm. I could probably find the video and share the screen and do that cool stuff. But right now, we're just going to tell the story. But her sister, Jakari, we also call her Carrie, they started out playing big games and scenarios. Is that right, Nana?
Yeah, Woods Ball.
Woods Ball. Okay. So what's so incredible is that you guys still eventually, you still go to Wayne's World, right? And do the end of the year big game that they always do. What is it called? The grand finale?
Yes, that's a lot of people go there. It's really fun.
Right.
People camping, we play at night. It's really cool.
And so you just turned 21, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And so when 21, so what, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So you were 17 years old, I think, when you joined Destiny.
When I first started.
Right? Mm-hmm. Ooh, girl. And so now she's playing in the professional women's division, but she also plays with a team called the Shenanigans, right? And do you also guest with the Killers too?
No, we practice with them every weekend. Like, they help us get better, but I don't play on that team.
Okay. But and so it's always good to play with a team like the Killers. And as we all say, when you play against an opposing side that are higher ranked than you are, you're most likely going to get the best, production out of it.
Yes,
but
it makes you faster, play tighter, play smarter. It levels your game.
That's right. And so the other thing too is just this past weekend at the MVPS, the Shenanigans, did you guys win or something?
Yes, we won D3 Expo first place.
D3 Expo.
Yes,
and so
third win this on this year on that league.
Congratulations. But also you and your sister, didn't you guys get an MVP award or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Speaking of sister, I'm just bringing her in. So here's Carrie now. Carrie, are you with us? No, she's not with us.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, there she is.
Okay, she's with us, guys. So here we have the Blanco Sisters. Woo, let's give them a big round of applause. I need an applause button. Is it in this StreamYard thing? But yes, so these two girls right here are promotional paintball machines, Fred. They are amazing. And then they, like I said, just this past weekend, I think they both got some kind of most valuable player award. Didn't you? Tell me a little bit about that, Carrie.
Yeah, so obviously I didn't do it by myself. My team kind of helped me get on the other team side and just kill everybody. I think I had like the highest kill count in the event. It was good. I got to snap a couple of people out. It was good. They gave me like a hat and Grow the Sport headband.
Headband. Yep, I saw that video. And so the MVPS, they have a lot of X-Ball teams playing in that league, correct?
Yes.
And so it's probably up there and comparable to the talent that we see in the NXL. So to win first place in D3 X-Ball and also be awarded MVP says a lot about you two as athletes. But on top of that, Nana and Carrie, what else do you both do that help keep you guys kind of in that athletic mode and in good shape?
Well, I do speed skating. I race like around the United States, and that makes me faster, I believe. And I go to the gym just to stay in form, shape.
Right on.
I used to skate, but I just stay at the gym.
Yeah,
so
she said she got tired of turning left.
So are you not skating anymore then, Nana?
No, not anymore. I only go like once every 4 months just to skate around. But I don't do it competitive anymore.
So paintball hooked you. Like you're committed to paintball.
Yeah.
We're so grateful for that. Well, Fred, do you have any questions for the Blanco sisters?
Oh, no, I'm just sitting here sucking all this in. I love it. Speed skating. My gosh,
Right?
I love it. So you speed skate. You said you travel around the U.S. doing this?
Yes.
Is that right? That's absolutely incredible. I'm an old guy now. That's why I love woods ball so much. I mean, last week I raced a turtle and come in second. So, I'm just not that fast no more anyhow. So, but, I got to tell you, I have nothing but respect for you two.
Thank you.
Playing at the level that you're playing at is absolutely terrific. And, and just knowing you for just a few minutes and listening to you right now, I know that you're going to be good for the sport to carry on the sport because, a lot of us guys that started from day one in paintball, obviously we're getting old. That's just how life works. But, you always want to pass on something that you absolutely love, paintball like I do. You want to pass it on to good people that are going to carry the torch in a positive manner. And winning is terrific. I absolutely think winning is great. But if you're the best player in the world and you come off the field and you're acting like a jerk, I'll keep it simple. If you're acting like a jerk, you're good for yourself. You might be good for your team, but you're not good for the sport because somebody out there watching you will say, hey, I was thinking about doing this, but I don't want to get involved with people like that. So, it's a positive thing. To win is positive. To be nice when you leave the field is positive also. And I think you two are just great. I think that would be fabulous. I would love to watch you play sometime.
They are making a huge impact. And already in the comments, we have friends like Pharrell Doughton saying, hey, Marco, your favorites are on, and these girls really do make such an impact. And I saw it the moment I first met them. I was like, oh, snap. Like I saw it already. And so I'm so thankful that they've been on this journey with Destiny now for almost 5 years. And so it's like you say, Fred, it's always such an honor to be connected the way that we are with especially these beautiful women that do so much for our sport already. And it's not just even saying, oh, they're the best female paintball players. They're legit best paintball players, period. So again, thank you, girls, for everything that you're doing. But on top of that, and we'll wrap it up with this, is their little sister, right, BB? She also plays paintball. Is she
Really?
still also skating too, you guys?
Yes, she
Yes.
is.
How old is she?
10.
10.
Oh my God,
I think she's
that is
downstairs.
absolutely awesome. It absolutely
I think she's
is.
by.
She's what?
Is she available? Because I don't know. Well, it's almost 9 o'clock.
There we
Did you guys
go.
want-
Oh, there you are.
There she is. Hello.
Oh, that is so cool. And you know what's cool too,
Aw.
you know, is you sisters promoting each other too. I think that's fabulous. You know, guys, a lot of guys right now don't realize just how talented some of these ladies are. And you know, I had Constant Pursuit back in the day. I had a professional team for years, and I was one of the first guys, along with the All Americans, to have ladies on my team. And I didn't put them on there just to have a lady on there. I put them on there because they absolutely rocked. Period. And you know, there's a lot of guys out there right now, and that's actually where you guys have the advantage. You're both great looking, so they're going to take you for they're just take you for granted, and you're going to get out there and smack them. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yes. Well, and it is a new world that we live in, and I think a lot of what we're trying to do, especially like with BB, she wanted to play sports, and so we try to find co-ed opportunities. So she was playing co-ed baseball, co-ed basketball, and I think it really prepared her for what she wants to do now. Are we boring you, Diane? She just yawned. But yeah, so I have some more guests that I want to bring on. Lynn Chirong is also on the WNXL roster, and she says, awesome girls. And then Bonchick also wants to just chime in and say, who runs the world?
That's what I said on my show last night. You know, behind every successful guy, there's a woman pushing him. You know, that's just how it works. You know,
Amen
these
to
ladies,
that.
and you know what's cool about these ladies is, you know, they can work with each other. They can support each other on the team. You know, that's got to be fabulous to do that. You know, my brothers are like Bud Orr and Jim Schloss, and you know, those guys. These guys have blood sisters right there working with them. So I think that's great. I absolutely do.
So I'm
I
going to
applaud
add
you.
some more. Thank you, Fred. I'm going to add some more of the WNXL roster to the screen here, and I'm also going to add Eugene. Eugene is with Behind the Mask, and we've been friends for a very, very long time. Say hi, Eugene.
How's it going? Wait, B, this is what you were missing.
What happened?
There it is.
Yes, that's what I was missing. Thank you. I love it. I know. And again,
That's why you need
and
me.
as you can see, I have Diane, and she's on my lap right now. So I need a producer, Mr. Eugene.
Sorry, it took a little longer to get on.
Right on. No worries. And as we progress, you guys, we will have more of a format, but this is perfect to me. I mean, Fred, this is good, right?
Oh, this is absolutely, and your guests that you've chosen are terrific. I mean,
Yeah.
I see we've got another one joining us, but these two ladies that you had on right now, I think were very, very good guests. And speed skating, that just blew me away. I'm like, oh my God, that is so cool. Unreal.
Speed skating. I know. And
yeah.
they're competing against women athletes that also have longer legs than them, and they still beat them.
Oh, yeah. Hey, let me tell you. Yeah, when I was in high school, you know, that's back when helmets were made of leather. But anyhow, when I was in high school, we had a guy that was a halfback on our team. He was the shortest guy in the team. He was the fastest guy. He
Right
could
on.
just cook. Yeah. So, you know, you don't have to have mile-long legs to be cool or fast. So, Damon. What's going
Well, now
on,
we
man?
have on the show with us is one of my alumni players from, gosh, Jackie Lon, did you come on Destiny around 2006?
2008.
2008.
2007 I tried out.
7. Okay. Yeah. And we met at the Lawrence Hope charity event.
Yeah.
And And so those were good times. And I'm so thankful that God connected us. We also have on the show Miss Michaela Wilkins. And Michaela is aren't you in Maryland? Or where are you, Michaela Wilkins?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. I always blow it. I'm flying into Maryland to get to her house here in a couple of weeks. But these are some of the girls that play on the WNXL Destiny Pro Women's team. And so we wanted to tell each other's kind of beginnings, Jackie. So we'll start with you. What kind of brought you into the sport of paintball?
My father played for a long time, just for fun. With my uncle actually played for like the second line of the All-Americans. He wasn't on. I don't think he was on the pro team, but he was in the. I don't know, somehow involved with them. But they would go out all the time. And then my dad, when I had stopped playing competitive like club soccer and stuff like that, he started bringing me out to the paintball field because I was kind of depressed, not having anything to do. But I instantly got hooked on just the speedball aspect of paintball. He brought me to play scenario and the woods ball stuff, and I was kind of like, I don't get it. And then and
I don't get it.
and I'm like, I was like, there's no. I mean, I'm probably gonna make a lot of people mad right now, but I kind of was like, anyone could shoot me. They could just be behind a bush. Like, this isn't athleticism.
True.
And
True.
so when I saw that there was this more sport oriented form of paintball, I was like, I want to try that. So then I kind of pushed my way through that, and then eventually got picked up by a regional team, and they were really kind enough to teach me paintball. And eventually I met you within like, I think not 6 to 9 months of that time. I met you. So
right on. And again, I think once you told me you were a soccer athlete and I think you had a scholarship or something, I was like, you're on. I always literally do look for that when and this might be a tip for you guys that are looking for players for your paintball teams. It's sometimes very important to try to do that background. Like, have you been a part of a team before? Because then they know that team aspect, right? And there probably won't be as many tears or emotions that go with the fact that, hey, I'm going to have to sit you, or, you know, the whole concept of the best 5 play, etc. And I think that kind of is brought from the soccer realm into our sport of paintball, right? Because soccer came much earlier than paintball did.
Yeah.
But do you find that with your soccer background, though, playing paintball enables you to be a better athlete, as a paintball athlete?
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities. At least with just field awareness, I was a center mid, so you have to have excellent field awareness, and then decision making has to be on point. You know, how you distribute the ball is going to be all the difference. If you choose the third best decision instead of the first best decision, that could cost you a goal. So with field awareness, where you need to fill in to a spot because you're down bodies, or how to balance the field, that really kicked in for me. I think maybe a little easier than someone who's brand new and didn't really play a sport. So that was incredibly helpful for me to just learn, you know, the paintball IQ, I guess is what we call it. But just being able to make those smart decisions and insert as needed. So,
which brings me to Michaela Wilkins, Jackie, because Michaela comes from a softball background. And so now we'll segue into your story, Miss Michaela Wilkins, about your start in paintball, because I think I met you at Huntington Beach in 2005. When did I meet you, Michaela? Tell me the story.
So, well, the very, very first time that you met me was at Jungle Island Paintball Park in Southern California for a scenario game. You were there DJing it and playing. My dad used to run that field, and my dad brought me out to you to meet you, and you signed like a little card thing. And I grew up with that on my wall. And then the Huntington Beach guy, I think it was like 2006. I was there with my dad because my dad was roughing, and I was there just hanging out. And Destiny was playing, and I met you and Kat and Katie Kelly all at that event, and that was the event that kind of when I met you and was like, I want to try out for Destiny, and then yeah, you invited
Isn't
me
that
to.
crazy? That is so awesome that it was that long ago. And now, Michaela Wilkins, you've been helping us a lot with our WNXL roster. And it just hasn't happened to be where we can have you. And part of the reason is because you're playing on a D2 X ball team called Arsenal. Is that right? So, and it's interesting to see how Michaela has chosen that path and is focused more on the traditional climbing of that pro paintball ladder. Because again, with her father's influence and her being, gosh, in the sport now, I think you've been playing out, what, almost 2 decades. And so,
7 to it. So yeah, playing since I was 7, tournaments since I was like 10.
and again, it says a lot about your loyalty to that. I'm clicking on something that I think is going to close the show. Okay, we're good. We're not going anywhere, guys. But so far, you guys, thank you so much for being a part of Destination Paintball. And we have our WNXL.
You know what? Really quick, B.
Yeah, tell
I
us.
actually
Eugene.
I have something that's going to take you and Jackie way back. So I thought I'd share that really quick because.
Oh snap!
Yeah,
I'm nervous.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I'm
fun.
nervous and excited.
Everybody else out there, this is gonna be the first time you guys may see this. If you were following like Sunday clothing way back in the day in like the early 2000s, you've probably already seen this. But if you haven't, you're gonna love this. Let me bring this thing up.
Oh goodness gracious!
Oh,
I
yeah.
see you, Chris Bullis. If you have to go, no worries.
Aw, oh no!
Oh yeah.
Gosh. Oh my god!
Don't do it! No!
Yes, he's doing it. He's doing it.
Look at who's in front.
Jackie,
Hey!
Oh yeah.
Aw.
This was a great year for you guys.
Aw.
Look at that.
Look at Brittany.
Oh my god!
Brittany,
Yay! Baggy pants.
Look at how big those pants were. Jeez.
Dude,
I think 2 of you guys could fit in them. Oh, more.
Hey, hip hop. To the right, to the left.
That's awesome.
Wow. We were so bad at dancing.
Oh, you guys thought you guys were the greatest. I was laughing the whole time.
Look at your mother, B. That's me, bro.
Becky.
Oh, Becky Ray.
Becky
I miss
Rickles.
you.
Oh,
There's Brittany, or Britt. There's Kim Ma.
Kim.
Oh my God, those hoppers were the size of my head.
Right?
Pinocchio hoppers.
Check out them goggles. That's all. Look at Britt and the snake.
Go, Becky.
Yeah.
Look at that hat.
I hate
Jackie, you
this.
gotta love
Why
it.
are you doing this to me?
I hate Yeah, Kim, tell us. Yeah. Yeah, big round of applause for Behind the Mask. Yay. See, that's the connection.
Yeah.
And it just
I
brings
want
it
to show
back,
you
y'all.
something
Bring
that
it
I
back.
have. You gave me when I was a little kid that I still have.
Yeah. Bonchick says, look how far we've come in such a short time. It does feel like it's such a short time.
Look at that.
Jay
Did you see that, B?
Muncaster. Oh my gosh, Jay. Thank you, Zap Paintball, Archon, my Canadian friends. Jay also has a huge part in why Destiny is still around, and even the logo he's had a part in designing. So thank you, Jay. And so that's Chop Shop Paintball. We did also some Powered By, which now I'm going to bring in Mr. Seth to kind of talk about how Destiny as an organization, part of why it's become what it is, where we have so many people representing so many different Destiny teams, is because I was always asked the question like, hey, B, I want to go to said event. Do you know anybody that we could play with? And then I would be like, okay, well, I know these 3 people over here and I know those 2 over there. And why don't you just go and play as Destiny and just wear some of the stuff that we wear and represent the products. And I'll be able to get you hopefully a deal and et cetera. And it just kind of snowballed from there. And now we have Mr. Seth Dolan. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Dalen, but it's definitely
Dalen.
spelled Dolan. Yeah.
Okay, got it. And he is in Louisiana, and you run the cheesecakes, which Haley
Yes.
Leva, one of our WNXL athletes, plays on your team too. So tell us a little bit about how you got started, Seth.
So I'd probably say whenever I first heard the word paintball, or at least what it was, I was hooked instantly. The fact that you can shoot people and not really have any crazy repercussions, this was great. But that was like at 10 years old. So my mom booked a party for me and my friends for my birthday, and we went and I fell in love. At the time, I think it was a little too expensive, so I didn't touch or even really think about paintball again until I was in high school, and I think it was maybe my senior year. Some friends and we went to Walmart and Academy and just picked up some old guns that they had there. I think it was a Spider Victor, maybe, if that name rings a bell at all. But it was a blue and a silver gun, and this probably isn't a great thing. This is probably more trespassing, but we would go in the woods and we'd find like old camps and stuff like that were seemingly abandoned, and we would just play out there for hours. And I'm 33 now. I want to say I was 29 until I finally picked up a gun again and started playing at the field that's local here in Louisiana. And the tournament team asked if I would go and play with them. And I originally said no at first. I didn't think I could really commit or even pay for it. I have 5 kids right now, so and another one coming. So it financially sometimes it can be a struggle, but I ended up going to a practice one Sunday. I thought I did horrible, and like I'm getting shot off the break. I mean, couldn't even make it to my bunker, stuff like that. And apparently they thought differently. Like, man, Seth, you did really good. And I'm like, I don't know what guy you were looking at, but it wasn't me. Do y'all want to play for us? And I was like, I don't know, man. I ended up brushing it off. That was on a Sunday. Come Friday, one of the teammates messaged me, asked if I would go and play a tournament with them on the Saturday. And I said, well, let me check with my wife. Went in. I was like, how much does it cost? So like, well, entry's paid. It's $45 a case. I didn't know what to expect. I brought $45 because I was just going to get a case of paint. We went, and I ended up only spending $45. I don't know how we did it, but as luck would have it, we took first place with like this little ragtag team. And I swear it was luck. It wasn't anything glorious. But after winning the first tournament I ever played, I was hooked. I smiled for probably 3 weeks after that. Couldn't wipe the smirk off my face. And we've been playing for, I guess that's 3 or 4 years now, since I was 29. The local field, I picked up a couple of players with me, just some of the younger guys on the team after I had kind of a little experience under my belt. We would play the local events there, and I just took some of the younger guys with me, 15, 16-year-olds. And after we started playing, they said, hey, we should make this legit. Let's make a name for ourselves. And I'm really good with funny names. The team that was at the field before us, their name was the Royals. And I said, hey, we can make a spinoff and call it the Royal Joke, and that would be our team name.
I was wondering how that happened. So you called yourselves the Royal Cheesecakes.
Right. So I bake cheesecakes, which sounds crazy. That's what I do for a living. But saying that, one of the guys was like, no, I got something better. Let's call it Royal Cheesecake. And I hated it. I absolutely hated it. It was embarrassing. I didn't want to name it cheesecake at all. And then after playing, and we lost a lot, after playing, we started to win. We started to make a name for ourselves. The team started to grow, and they said, hey, we need to make jerseys. And like, I'm still like, no, I don't like the name. It's goofy. And they drew us up a proof for our jerseys after we kind of told them what we wanted, and fell in love right there. I was like, no, we could sell this. And after that, we just grew. We had our kind of like coming together as a team season last year. We did really, really good. We're not doing so great this year. We're actually on a pretty bad losing streak right now, but last year was pretty glorious. It was really nice. We did really good, but I've been playing for about 4 years, maybe 3.5, which is where we're at now.
And so, are you guys playing where next? Do you have an event coming up that you want to just tell us a little bit about, where we can see you guys?
Yeah, we'll be at the Gulf Coast Series for USXBL, which is in Houston. We'll be playing there. We've played there quite a bit, and we're happy there. We like it. It's good. It's there we go. Thank you for the pictures. That's our squad there. We got
there they are.
Princess.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
we got the team princess, Haley, which y'all know. Forrest, Nick, myself, Aaron, Drew, Alex, Haley, Peyton, and Carson. But that's all family right there. That's not even friends, man. We love them like brothers and sisters right there. They're beautiful people, and I'm glad to be around them.
Ditto. And again, that's part of the beauty of what we're trying to do, because we love Haley, and Haley is in the comments right now. I don't think she was able to join us tonight, but again, we'll have her on the show. And thank you, Seth, for being with us. You know, and you're also doing the jelly ball business too, which is something I'm launching here in Montana.
Yeah.
And so you're a jelly ball dealer in Louisiana. What city are you in again?
Lafayette.
Yeah. Yes.
Jelly ball's
so if you
fun,
guys,
man. I get to be a big kid with all the other kids over there. I'm a kid at heart.
Yeah. And if you don't have a jelly ball pistol yet, you might win one here on the show. And so now we're approaching 7:11 my Montana time, which is 9:11 your time. So we have about 20 more minutes to go on the show. And I do have BB and Diane back. So BB took Diane into the bathroom just to kind of, it's like taking the kid to the bathroom at the restaurant.
So Seth, Haley said that your cheesecakes are amazing.
Who said that?
Haley said that. She was on my show, and she was all like, "Oh my God, we get to go play paintball, and then afterwards we get cheesecakes." It's like,
yeah. It used to be when we won that we would give everybody cheesecakes. So we would go take the podium, and we just rub it in everybody's faces and stuff like that. But now we haven't been winning, so like I had to kind of like bend the rule a little bit. So we still get it. But
nice.
But hey, man, actually, if I can say, the Blanco Sisters. Listen, I don't want to sound weird, but listen, I'm a fanboy, like 100%. Over the course of time, just meeting up with Haley and Lupe. If y'all know Lupe will talk for hours, and I'm cool with that because I'll talk too. Over time, like your names have come up. Haley's played with this. She'll play with the Blanco Sisters, this and that. And I say Blanco Sisters. I don't remember your first names. I'm sorry. But and on top of that, when you put the mask on, you everybody looks the same once the mask and the jersey comes on. But anyway, for your World Cup appearance, they had the camera on the back of the start box. Haley was lined up as one of your back players, and y'all two were playing the front. And I saw the name Blanco, and I said, "Hey, I bet that's the people that Haley and Lupe were talking about." And the horn blew, and you guys took off. And I said, "Holy shit! Oh my God, they are fast!" And after that,
so fast.
You guys are killer. Like speed.
Thank you.
You're welcome, man. That you guys do a good job, man. Y'all do awesome.
Please, we need to have cheesecake at World Cup. So I might have you send some of those mini cheesecakes that you made to send to the Destiny house when we're at Cup.
Well, so we played Bunker
I was just
Fest,
talking about it. I want to try one of those cheesecakes.
Yeah, well, man, y'all let me know whenever. I won't be able to make it to Cup this year, but I could send some with Haley and Lupe, depending on. I don't know if I'm putting my foot in my mouth or if I'm putting too much on them. But we can make something work for sure. But we set up for Bunker Fest. Actually, we played Bunker Fest for the Mardi Gras Open, and we set up as vendors there, and it turned out really good. We sold a lot of cheesecake, but it got the name out really quick, and I think that's probably why everybody likes us. We're a bunch of really nice guys. Like we try to keep the peace everywhere we go, and shake hands, build bridges and stuff. But I think people they only want us for the cheesecakes. That's probably the only reason.
No, we want you to play paintball too. And so we appreciate the fact that you've kind of found a way to promote both. It's like cross marketing cheesecakes in the paintball world and getting paintball players to order cheesecake from you. That's the beauty of how the world goes round, you guys. Yeah. Well, listen, my kids are getting antsy. We have about 15 more minutes to go. I just wanted to say hello to some people that we see in the comments, and also to say thanks to Fred for being here with us. Thank you, Mr. Fred Schultz. And you can watch his show. When is your show on, by the way? I just want to make sure that we're also tuning in to watch your show.
It's on. It's on every Tuesday at 7:00 Pacific time. So, and actually, next Tuesday I'm going to have some terrific girls on, and one of them is B. Yeah,
that's right.
There you go. How's that?
Next Tuesday night, and what time is it at again?
7:00 Pacific time. So 10:00 obviously on the East Coast.
Okay. And so tune in, you guys, for that on Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific time. And that's through Flagpole Productions. You can find them on Facebook. And so Fred Schultz indeed is a stud. You said it, Jeff Munoz, my brother. Jeff is a brother of mine. We go way back. I tried to get him to play for Destiny. And now he's with Veterans Militia Full Force and with Under. Chris Rangel's doing an outstanding job with the Bunker Fest series, I'm going to call that. And they've got several events that are upcoming that we love seeing. So it's nice to give those other national events some conviction. And so having somebody like Chris Rangel and his crew and the Bunker Fest concept is wonderful. And it's something I think is a resurgence too. Bunker Fest is something from the past. Hello, John. Nice to see you here. And thank you too for coming into the show. And also Mark Gong, he was saying that Fred Schultz is his man crush. So I think
Mark and I go, Mark played on Constant Pursuit, if I can jump in real quick. And what Mark is, Mark has kind of been the spearhead now of the Young Guns. And, I seen Mark, it actually started off a fluke. He took his sons out about 2 years ago now for Father's Day and a birthday. And his son's Mark Gong Jr. is just an absolute terror out there. And Mark has worked really, really hard putting the Young Guns together. And I've had the pleasure of playing Mark. He was on my television show at ESPN Disney down there. And he's a terrific guy. So I just had to jump in. I just think Mark Gong is one of the greatest guys for paintball that you could have, period.
I 100% agree.
He's still working 100%. At it.
Well, we also have some folks like Leo Alvarez. He's from Destiny, Texas. Welcome to our show. We also have Mr. BJ Baldridge with Destiny Carolinas. Thank you for saying that. I think we're on to something. We have really good attendance, don't you think, Fred?
Oh, I think it's great. And, plus you got some great guests on here. These ladies, I mean, they've been terrific. They absolutely have. And, Seth, I had the pleasure of talking to Seth in the green room before the show, and look at it. I mean, that's an infectious smile. I got to tell you, you see that? You just got to be happy. That's all there is to it. So
thank you.
I love it. I think your guests are terrific tonight.
Absolutely. And again, I had Fred, I texted him yesterday and then I texted him today and I said, Fred, what are the chances of you coming on just to be a part of the show and help me host? And he was like, absolutely. And so part of the beauty of the paintball community that I love so much is that willingness to help each other out. I think everybody should start a podcast. I think every paintball team should have a youth team. I think every team should also consider bringing on more females to play on their team, not necessarily have an all-female team, but just consider putting them on your roster too. And so that to me says a lot about you, Fred. And so thank you for being a part of this first debut show with us.
It has absolutely been my pleasure. It really has. It's been great.
Yeah. And so Terrence says it very well, friends and family overall. And that's what this is, being a part of you guys and with what Fred is doing with Flagpole Productions and Bud Orr and the band says a lot. Now, which brings us to our next segment. We are going to bring Mr. Choppa in, Steve Choppa McRoberts. Hello and welcome.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Sorry for the long wait on my side. I had to have my kids help me log in because my phone's such a piece.
Well, Chapa has been a friend of mine for a very long time. I think we met through Paintball 2 Extremes magazine, didn't we?
Before that, it was, I believe, 2004 Mardi Gras. Maybe 3, because you were hanging with Keely and all them at the Destiny. Well, that wasn't the Destiny booth, the Femme Fatale booth.
Femme Fatales. That is my original team. That is correct.
And
Chapa.
I got a picture.
And you have a picture because you took a lot of those pictures, and I think we got them into the magazine a lot too, didn't we?
Yes, and that's how a lot of things got changed for me. I started working, randomly locally, and I was working with Keely and Di and the PSP and Round Rock, Texas. Remember how cold that was?
Oh my gosh, I do.
I was in the trailer with Keely, B, Lane Wright was probably there, a bunch of other goobers. Everyone's, trying to stay out of the cold. And B goes, "Hey, Chop, do you know Gary Baum?" I said, "Yeah, of course I do. I don't want to take any pictures. Will you do that for me?"
I know. Can you do that for me? I was learning how to delegate as early as then. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, it's a refined skill. You got to get it, sharpened. So.
Yes, indeed. Holy crap, Britt Wags is in the Facebook comments. I miss you and I love you so much, Britt. She says, "What's good, Chop? All the love and support, team.
Love you, Britt.
We love you, Britt."
Another good day. Thank you.
Yes. And then Mindy Medina, she represents Destiny Pump.
Mindy!
There he is, Chop Chop. Well, this is so exciting. And now I want Chop to go ahead and do your part of the show. So tell us a little bit about what you've been doing.
Home-wise, same old stuff, cooking food, brisket, smoking stuff, but, having fun, playing as much as I can.
Visiting
playing with my dogs.
Yep, playing with the dogs. I got a dog named Duke. Sometimes I call him Richard.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. My dog, they're awesome, but holy, they're not the best. They're just really, they're awesome. They're just crazy. They bark way too much.
Questions that you have, because
sorry.
Every show that we possibly can, we want to have a Choppa time. Okay, I might even do a jingle or something. I don't know. I got to call some of my musicians.
Heck yeah.
But Choppa time. Tell us some of the questions, and I think you have questions for me.
I have a few, and I think I'm gonna have to refine this just a tiny bit because I've actually got a bunch more questions, and it's basically just I'm gonna ask UB, other Destiny types, maybe 3-4 questions. Some deal with paintball, some with life, and some are just so ridiculous. Kind of how my stuff rolls through. One of the crazy questions. Again, I got to refine it somewhat. It's how many, how long have you been playing paintball? A basic paintball question. So, whatever time. What brought you into paintball? There's my kid. How many? I asked Mindy this one. How many 5-year-olds could you beat up before their, never-ending mass killed you?
These are some. Did you come up with these questions on your own, Chop?
Not totally. I mean, the basic ones, yeah, but the little, beating up the 5-year-olds been a silly joke for years. Try to turn it a little bit to paintball. I have 30 questions written, and I honestly think refine this, make it a little bit better. Probably start not over from scratch, but probably start a next show would probably be a lot easier.
Okay, we'll do it the next show then. So I'll answer those questions that you asked me to pick, and then we'll talk about, and then I'll just answer them right off the cuff. Like, you give me the numbers of the questions that you want me to pick, right? And then you're like, okay, number 11 is this one. Did I do my best?
Stuff like that. It's a work in progress. I think we can even use or translate a lot of this into the Facebook pages, and that way hopefully generate a little bit more, interest in what Destiny does. Hopefully, maybe someone will see a ridiculous question, answer it themselves.
And that's part of the reason why we did DestiNation Paintball, is to not just tell, about what Destiny is all about, but every single one of our teams, what makes them special, I think everybody has a story to share. Everybody in this world has a story to share, right, Mr. Fred? And
Absolutely.
I think those stories really help us just to, like I said, always to do better and to be better. And so I hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to probably run my show at the house, and I have my beautiful children, and sometimes Mike is going to be here too, so he might be yelling from a distance. And so the end of the show was going to have Mike Paxson, and we were going to have him help us do really cool challenges. But unfortunately, he's not with us tonight. He is actually going fishing he's in San Diego, off the shores of San Diego fishing, and he didn't take BB. So she's really sad. But hey, you went on a fishing trip with him, and where did you guys go? San Diego, right? Yeah. And so BB caught tuna, and what did you have to do with the tuna?
So we normally do this. My dad tells me, like, if you catch your first fish, tuna fish, you have to eat the heart. So I had to eat the heart.
Yeah, we'll show you a video of that.
Oh, no.
And so listen, y'all, on the fourth Wednesday of every month, we're going to dedicate the show to youth. And so Mark Gong, if you're still tuning in, and any of the other paintball teams that have a focus for the youth, Mr. Fred Schultz, pass the word. We're going to specifically have a show dedicated just to the kids, and they're going to take over the show, and they'll have their own guests that they want to interview and talk and have questions for each other and shenanigans, right? Just make it fun and try to encourage more youth to play paintball, because after all, they're the future, aren't they? All right. And then, Gong, you are on. And he said, BB can come to California to play with the kids. And that's something that I actually, on Fred Schultz's show last night, what was his name? Was it Scott? And he was a parent on the show.
Yeah,
and,
Scott McDonald.
Scott McDonald. And he was talking about something that they have going on in the Northern California area, right?
It's a raffle that they put together, and we're raising money for his new team, Young Guns. And it's kind of a spin-off of Mark and them. Mark got him going, and so now they want to raise money for jerseys. And Ryan Podesta and myself, and we've got some other people involved that are working really hard. And he's going to have the raffle, I guess, in about 3-4 weeks. But all the money goes to supporting the team, and I just that's why I jumped in. I think it's a terrific cause.
Right on. Well, Jackie Lon just said that she had to take off because she also has kids. And so with the whole youth in mind, Mr. Fred Schultz, I love hearing about how we're doing everything we can to make the sport affordable through some of that fundraising that they're doing. And so, again, a lot of these ideas that we talk about on the show, also on Mr. Fred Schultz show too, tune in, you guys, because you could probably pick up some really cool ideas that you can also do to reach out to your supporters and afford this great game that we play. All right. So with that said, we're going to wrap it up with a challenge. And so this is usually where Mike steps in and he'll say something like, okay, so for this week, the upcoming challenge is, all right, it's going to be for our WNXL Destiny athletes. And the reason why we set this challenge for the girls to do is for you guys to place your votes on who you think is going to be the winner. And in an effort for us to do some fundraising, because as you know, the WNXL is a pro division and it is very expensive to keep up with that, we are trying to do some fundraising with the WNXL Destiny team in mind. And so the girls are going to be doing some challenges. And one of the challenges that Mike is going to set forth is shooting a paintball out of the air. Who knows how to do that? Who's ever done that before? I think I've seen Jeff Munoz do it before. I think Michaela Wilkins, you've done it before. Mm-hmm. Fred, you've done it before too?
Yep.
Okay, I've not done that before. My eyesight is not that great. It's all by the grace of God. I pray that this gun gets, to the other side. But with that said, y'all, okay, Brittany, you go ahead and go and do your thing, girl. MedLife calls. And so Britt Wags isn't playing with us, by the way, you guys, because she's in the military, and so duty calls, and we respect that, so no worries, Britt. But the challenge is for the WNXL members. You girls have to shoot that ball out of the air, and you're going to record it, and the first one to actually do it and send it in is the winner. Now say it is Michaela, you got to get it sent in pretty quick, And we're going to be showing it at, hopefully daily. We'll have something to share with you guys. And as they come in, we will post it up and show you if they were successful or not, or if they were indeed, one of the first to do it. Now, the donations that we're asking for are just $20 donations on who you think that winner is going to be. And if there's only one winner, and there is going to be only one winner, you will win a Hormesis headband. This is one of Mike Paxson's. I don't know if you could see it that well. Maybe I should turn my background off. These Hormesis headbands go for a lot of money. Okay. It's money that it's unreal how fast these things go too. And this is actually one of Mike's signature ones. Here, I'll show you this one. And it's got his, what is this called? A hook. It's a fishing hook on one side. And then on the other is his actual signature. Okay. So only a few of these were made. And so we figured the best way for you guys to win one of these is a $20 price because they go for like $1,000. So with that said, that's what the girls are going to work on. So the first girl to run out to their backyard right now and shoot it out of the air is going to be the winner. And we will announce that winner at next weekend's show. And if we have several people,
are they getting up? Oh, okay.
If we have several people that all guessed that, Haley was going to be the winner, then we're going to try to figure out how to break that tie so it comes down to one winner. And so with that said, that is the challenge for the week. And you will have an opportunity to send in your donations via PayPal, or I can give you a Venmo link too, and I'll post that at the end of the show. Our paintball address or our email address for PayPal is paintballdestiny@gmail.com. You'll send in your $20 donation, and then in the notes, you'll indicate who the winner is going to be out of the WNXL athletes that are going to be doing the challenge. And we'll post that up right after this as well. And then, yeah, there you have it. And so Carl Miller was also going to help me explain how we were going to decipher the winners. Do you remember how we explained it? I was like, Carl, you're brilliant.
So it's like whoever donates first gets the...
That's right. Thank you, BB. Thank God I have this daughter of mine because I have the early onset of the dementia. And so it's going to be based on who was the first person to send in the donation. Okay, so say, for example, everybody guessed it was going to be Haley. Okay, and so Haley had 10 people guessing that it was going to be her. And then we will base it on how quickly they sent in those donations, and that'll be our winner. Does that make sense? So that way we can announce just one winner, and the proud winner will be the winner of this Hormesis headband. All right? And so spread the word, you guys. See who else wants to try to win a Hormesis headband with just a $20 donation to Destiny's organization, so we can continue to help promote paintball at the WNXL level. And then Jackie's like, I'm just going to vote that B. Paxson's going to do it. I will try. You know what? I will add myself to that, and I will literally try to go do that in my backyard, and I will probably break out into Tourette's because I will miss so much.
I got money on Haley, FYI.
You got money on
I
Haley?
got money on Haley.
All right. Send it. I think it's a great idea, you guys. And for the purpose of, getting the word out about who we are as Destiny and everything that we do, that's I think is going to be a cool way to kind of put that into the show. All right, you guys. So Fred, help me out. How should I end the show? What do you think?
Well, why don't you start by letting each one of them say goodbye to the audience, and
Okay.
what I do is I thank them very much for being on the show because, it's always a privilege to have somebody take time out of their life to be on the show with you.
Thank you, Fred, for being on the show. And so I want you to stay on with us. So Eugene and Fred, stay on. We will go to Mr. Seth Dolan from the Cheesecakes in Louisiana and also a jelly ball dealer. Thank you so very much for being a part of Destiny. And thank you also for being on the show. Anything you want to share about what's coming up next?
No, thank you guys for having me and being a good support line. It's been good. It's been good really knowing you. And our first conversation, we had never even met, never got to shake your hand, but just talking to you over the phone, I knew that you were a beautiful person, just all the way around. So thank you for what you do for the sport and for everybody around. You do a great job.
I appreciate you, Seth. Thank you too for saying that. It makes me feel like I'm actually doing something that is helping people like you, and that's what it's all about. So thank you, Seth, and I'll see you on the internet.
Absolutely.
Yes, we got the applause.
Hey,
Hi,
and Blanco Sisters too. Fanboy. Good job. Good job.
Blanco Sisters, he's a fanboy. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. And don't forget wait, Mark Gong just said, don't forget the cheesecakes for the youth. So
Hit
Mark,
me up.
yes, we're going to talk to Seth about that and see if we can't get that at the players party that we want to do. Yes, Tom Cole, we said it. We want to have a players party. Possibly on Saturday night. I'll call you. All right, Seth, you have a good night and thanks again.
Thank you. You as well.
All right. So now brings us down to Miss Michaela Wilkins. Michaela, I'll see you on September 22nd. I'm flying in to play the NRXL, and that's at NR Paintball. Right. Where is NR Paintball again?
It's in Severn, Maryland.
In Severn, Maryland. So if any of you want to jump in on that, where do people need to go to get more information about adding their team, either in D4 or D3 X-Ball? D4 X-Ball is on Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday. D4 X-Ball is on Sunday, only September 25th. And then D3 X-Ball is on Saturday, September 24th. Okay. You can go on to they have an Instagram. It's called the NRPL series. Or on PB Leagues, you can go on there and sign up as well.
Okay.
And it is X-Ball, same format as like the NXL X-Ball. There's 2 minutes to 2 matches, split deck, race to 4.
Perfect. And so beautiful field, right? Some of the girls have been to the field too, and we really love NR Paintball. So definitely a bucket list field to go to, you guys. And Michaela Wilkins, I love you so much. And thank you for being on the show tonight.
Okay.
All right. I'll call you later.
Bye.
All right, Fred, I love this. Thank you for your help, Fred.
You're
Am I doing good so far? Okay. All right. So next up, we have the sisters. Oh my gosh, you guys are at the same house.
Yeah.
But thank you, girls, for being a part of Destiny for as long as you have been with us. I absolutely adore you guys. You already know this. And with what you guys are doing, even with the shenanigans, right? Yes. You guys have an all-female team, yes. And they're building it in the Central Florida area. Mm-hmm. And we're doing a collaboration. Hopefully we can launch it at World Cup, but it's okay. They can just play locally in the meantime. And so with that said, what's coming up next for you guys before we say goodbye?
What do we have going on? I'm gonna go to NR Paintball, actually, not this weekend, but next weekend, and I'm gonna practice with Michaela and Nick Nelson.
Coach Nick, yes, that is brilliant. Well, I'm so glad that you guys are going to be doing that. And again, NR Paintball to the rescue. So thank you, John, for your support. Michaela Wilkins, too, for the hookup. And so have a good night, girls, and thank you for being on the show. And
thank you for
I want to see those videos. Send it. Shoot it out of the air. You might surprise yourself, Carrie.
Okay. I suck at it, but I'll try.
Bye. All right. Oh, we should do that song where there were 4 monkeys in the bed. Roll over. Right. Anyway, and then Michaela. Oh, yeah. Jackie says, Michaela, I'm buying you a mic. We should all get a mic like this. Who does this? Maybe we can get them to sponsor the show.
Rocking.
All right. Mr. Choppa Time. Yes, I need to get one of those. Mr. Fred Schultz. Choppa Time. Thank you so much for doing this with us. Thank you for everything you've done for Destiny Army.
Got more to do too.
I love you. And so next week, you guys tune in. Are you going to be on the show with us, Choppa? Are you available Wednesday night next week at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time?
100%, and be ready to laugh. Maybe have some of the panel being put on the spot. Maybe my dogs will say hi.
We might even do a show with just our dogs. We should do that.
I'm sorry.
With our dogs in our lap. Like, just pick one dog and then just tap them on the shoulder.
1 second, sorry. They really feed off each other. If they were humans, they'd be probably the best paintball players because they have unlimited energy.
They do. I know. They'd be really great at playing that. All right, Chopper. Well, thank you again. Anything coming up that we can go and watch you play paintball at, or what are you up to?
Practice, getting the guys ready for World Cup. It sounds boring, but it's actually pretty exciting.
Awesome. And you guys scroll down at the Destiny Paintball Facebook page and you'll see the Mech Army design that Choppa came up with. Gorgeous design, manufactured and designed by Anthrax Paintball with Choppa's assistance. So
look for the little hidden bee on it.
Yes, that was cool, buddy. Thank you for doing that. All right,
you
Choppa,
guys be
good night.
Good night. We'll see you guys next week.
See you next week. I love that jersey. Goodbye.
Yes.
He's wearing an OG. I think. Fred Schultz, how do I? Come on, Jeff. We can do that. We can keep going with this. Everybody else, I know it's been an hour. Now, do you continue the show somewhere else?
Do what now?
Isn't it so hard to say goodbye? Like, don't
It
you
is.
want to like? Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. You have an hour show, but you could talk all night to everybody. See, that's the thing. That's why I have my guests come back on in other segments, somewhere down the line, because you never can get it said in one show, and you want to make everybody happy. So.
Yeah. Well, and that is the link. And so, so I think that I love that you do that. And I'll see a lot of repeat guests too, which is great. And like you said, I always love seeing Bud on the show too.
Yeah, Bud's a regular,
do that.
It's my brother, man. So
I know. And how long have you known Bud? You said 36
years. 36 years. Him and I go back.
Wow.
Yep, we hung around together when we were both young. So, well, younger anyhow.
Even before War Game Products was created?
Just right after it was created. It was, people don't really know it, but, Bud was working on that very early, even before a lot of people think that he was. And, he took his first prototype, which he's got at his house yet. He took it down to SACCon and he was trying it out there. There's a lot of history there. You should have Bud on sometime and have him talk about that, you can. Hey, Eric, how you doing, my friend? Yeah, I just, the whole thing is about what you're doing right now is, like I say on my show all the time, is individually we can do a lot for paintball. Collectively, we can do an enormous amount for paintball. And that's why the more people that you bring together and work together to make paintball bigger and better, it actually does that. Period.
Absolutely. And again, I really believe in what we're doing as a team, a big team. Even with Eugene helping out from behind the mask. He's another podcast show, you guys. Tell us, Eugene, too, before we leave. Don't let me forget to send the information. But before we do, I'm going to go ahead and say, Fred, thank you so much. This has been such an honor to have you on with us. And I'll see you on your show next Tuesday, Flagpole Productions, 7 p.m. Pacific time, which is 8 p.m. Montana time.
There you go. And I appreciate so much being on your inaugural podcast. So, if I'm never on it again, maybe I was on the first one,
I know.
Thank you so much. I appreciate everything. And I think you did a knockdown, drag out job tonight. You really, really did. You hit it out of the ballpark. But when we first talked about it, I know you were going to. So I had total faith in you, my friend.
Thank you, Fred. Always here for you, and thank you so much again, sir.
All right, you take it easy, Eugene.
See you next week.
See you, Fred.
Woo! Oh my gosh! And we went 14 minutes over time, and that's okay. And so thanks to all of you for being a part of this first show. Like I said, Mike Paxson giving this as part of our what? We have people trying to get in?
No, like.
Oh, we do have people sending in donations. That's awesome. Yes, and so when you see the PayPal name, it'll say Michael Paxson, you guys. So if you sent it, paintballdestiny@gmail, $20 donation. I mean, can they donate as many times as they want? Like for different people,
Maybe
you think?
You can ask Dad.
I think
I
so.
think you should probably do it to where,
chances.
yeah, you like it would keep them at the top of the list. So every time they donate, puts them back at the top, puts them at the. So every time you see a donation from one person, even if they were the last person, if they throw in 2, they've now just moved themselves up to the top.
That sounds like a good
So
idea.
the more donations, the more votes you get in there, the better chances you have to be the winner of this particular challenge.
Right. And so, and I had to take the background out just so you could see it a little bit better. And it's red-ish, right, B? It's kind of got a brown.
It's a pink.
It's a pinky color.
Pink, purplish. I think Dad says.
It's probably a salmon color because fishing.
Or a salmon color.
Yeah.
Maybe it's better this way. Anyway. All right. Again, $20 donations, you guys. And I guess if you want to make 5 donations of $20, have at it.
All it does is it increases your chances to be able to actually win that awesome. Look at that. Look what else.
Look at that. And this comes with it too. Awesome. Anyway, and then BB, you're going to do the youth show. You're going to be ready for that?
Yeah.
Yeah? I think it's going to be fun, don't you?
Yeah.
Passing the torch, y'all. Passing the torch. All right, you guys. Eugene, when is your shows on? You're everywhere. You're on Facebook. You're on.
We went live for our first live stream on Monday. We're going to keep it Mondays. And we're going to keep it at 6:30, and it'll be on Twitch. It'll be on Facebook. It'll be on YouTube. And then once the live stream is done, we actually will be on Spotify, still on YouTube. Our audio will actually be on Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Chrome Podcasts. I mean, we have
show me the way,
producer. We have a list of stuff. If you guys want to find, if you want to find Behind the Masters, go to our Instagram, and there's a link tree on there that has everything on there. So it'll be Behind the Mask Media, and come on there, show some love. Come on to our show. We'll love to have everybody on too, just like this format right now, the way B has it. And you guys get a chance to look at that. Is a sick looking headband.
That's a sick headband. And I was just sharing his comment that Terrence said it's a grappling hook. Did I say it right? I don't know.
It looks like it definitely doesn't look like a grappling hook, but I think it's a tri hook, which you use for fishing, which I've gotten stuck on my finger before, and it sucks. So
yes. Well, Eugene, thank you. Jeff feels the same. I think you're super good.
I love you, man. Right? My military brother, right here. You got to have you back on the show real soon.
Yep. And Dwayne Watson, he's our pit boss. Thank you, Dwayne, for everything that you do for us down in Florida. Indeed. And then Pat Simmons.
Stay with the show, with this show, definitely. Come back on Wednesdays to watch BB, and and then it's going to be what's today, anyways.
We're doing every Wednesday night on Women's Crush Wednesday. I just figured, might as well just kind of go with that theme, right?
Sure. Why not?
Oh, then wait. Carrie said something. You have to guess what player from Destiny is going to shoot a paintball in the air. Oh, so she's explaining it in there. Thank you, Carrie, for that.
Nice.
And good night, Mr. Pat Simmons from Destiny, Florida. We're going to have you on the show very soon. And gosh, there's just a lot to do in an hour. Oh, my Lanta Budor. Bud says hi, Eugene.
Wow. Bud, hi. Bud, we got to come out to your house. Dennis talked to me about this. We've got a plan. We're going to get out to your place to see you. We want to come see you and videotape
and
you.
do a tour of all the cool stuff he's got inside of his shop.
We want that.
Yeah.
He invited us. and we haven't took him up on that, but now we will do this. So I'm really excited. Bud, you're like, you don't even understand how much of a hero you are to me. I had my first marker was one of yours. So
indeed,
looking forward to it.
Indeed.
But
absolutely, you guys.
Always, I love being on. I'm sorry I was late coming on. I had some technical difficulties with my mic. And then, as always, I'm still up here at work. So I was getting phone calls even before I could sit down. I was out of uniform and still getting calls. That's what happens when you're the boss.
Yes. And I like what Leo just said. Wednesdays are about to get a lot better.
Don't forget Mondays too. You know, B comes on to our show
Tuesdays,
too.
Wednesdays,
Yes.
and what's on Thursdays? Probably the Spick and Span show, you think? I don't know. Let's find it. Let's find out. All right, you guys, with that said, how do we wrap it up? Should we sing a song? What do we do?
You know what? I was trying to think of that. Actually, I was thinking about that today, and I was like, man, I need to come up with a song for you, something that we could upload right here, but I couldn't think of anything. We have on our show, we always have a great song.
Clever. Do a little jingle or something like that.
I mean, we could do this song right now.
Okay, let's hear it.
Here we go.
I like it. All right, you guys. So with that said, thank you so much for being on the show. This is DestiNation Paintball, the podcast show, brought to you by Destiny Paintball, with production by Eugene Lazos of Behind the Mask. Special thanks to Fred Schultz and the Flagpole Production. And we'll see you next time, right here on whatever social media platform you're watching it at. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
We could just do dancing at the end. Goodbye.
Good night.